Welcome to Major Fitness Club Fit 15. Today we are concentrating on shoulder mobility. This is our shoulder mobility warm-up, starting with our shoulder screws, standing shoulder screws. Let's go. Arms out at the side, and you rotate and twist at the shoulder. Notice I'm rolling my shoulder forward, looking at my palm. I'm alternating right and left, and I'm rolling my shoulders forward and looking at my palm. Alternating sides, right and left, shoulder screws, standing shoulder screws. I'm going to turn side for a backstroke, and it's just that. As if I'm imitating a backstroke, I'm reaching up and reaching back. Shoulder mobility, this warm-up is all about loosening up the shoulders, the rotator cuffs, loosening up the tendons, the ligaments in the rotator cuff front and back of the shoulder. The warm-up is just as important as the workout, so I really wanted to slow things down and concentrate on warming up the shoulders before we get into the actual work. Down on the floor, getting ready for an alternating thread the needle. Inhale up, exhale through, drop that shoulder and ear to the floor. Inhale up, exhale through, the palm is on top, is facing up. Inhale up, exhale through, drop your ear and shoulder to the floor. This is a good stretch for the rear delt, the back of the shoulder, as well as the back. Awesome. This is a new one here. Here we are going to do a shoulder screw on the floor. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bend that left arm, bring my right shoulder to the floor, and press that right shoulder into the floor. Now a modification here would be to just press the shoulder to the floor. But you can't see this, but what I'm doing is I'm bringing that right shoulder down and I'm pushing off of my left toe. I'm not resting the weight on my neck. I'm pushing, rolling into that right shoulder. I'm going to give you a different angle so you can see what I'm talking about here. So my arms are wide. Bringing my arms are wide here. I'm going to bend that, bring that left shoulder down to the floor and push off the right foot. I'm going to bring that left shoulder down, roll into that shoulder. I really feel a nice stretch. And again, another modification, if you're not comfortable with pushing off of that toe, is just to bring that shoulder down to the floor. This is a good modification. I'm getting a good stretch, and I'm putting weight on that shoulder. This is a good stretch. This is for mobility, open and closed chain through the shoulder. Reversing here. I'm showing you a different angle of the thread the needle. This is an alternating thread the needle. Inhale up, exhale through, palm is facing the ceiling. Inhale up, exhale through, drop that ear and shoulder to the floor. Inhale up, exhale through, sliding my arm and hand along the floor. Awesome. Going back to that new one, the shoulder screw, the floor shoulder screw. My arms are wide. And so I'm bending that shoulder, bringing that shoulder down to the floor, pushing off the toe. This is a better angle here. I'm bringing that right shoulder to the floor, pushing off, rolling into the shoulder. The weight is not on the neck. The weight is on the shoulder. Again, another way to modify this move is just to bring that shoulder down to the floor, and you'll feel a nice stretch in the shoulder. My shoulders are nice and warm. We're doing 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of recovery, going for the other side. Bring that shoulder to the floor and push off. So if I'm bringing my left shoulder down to the floor, I'm pushing off of my right foot. So it's opposite shoulder and foot. Just slowly bring that shoulder to the floor, press that shoulder, roll. My palm is facing up, bring it down, roll into the shoulder. Good job. Shoulders are nice and warm, getting my shoulders ready for today's workout. We're using bands, getting ready for that backstroke, standing backstroke. So we introduced two different warm-ups today, two different mobility drills today. If you want to, you can go through this again at the end of the workout. That's a good time to do it too. We never want to start cold, working a muscle cold, and I wanted to slow things down, reset the shoulders, refocus the attention on mobility. Getting to my standing shoulder screws. I'm rolling the shoulders forward just as I was on the floor. I'm rolling the shoulders forward. I can feel that warming in my shoulder. I'm looking at the palm of the hand that's up facing me, alternating side. This is going to be your last mobility drill here, shoulder joint mobility. Get ready with your bands. Going to do military press and press it straight up overhead. Straight up. Now, if you only have a band that has the handles, you can choose to do one side at a time. If you don't have bands, you can always use your weights, use your dumbbells. These are shoulder presses here. Press it straight up. Remember, you exhale on the exertion, exhale as you press it up. Still doing a little mobility here. The arm is out at the side. Rotate it down. This is right shoulder mobility. I'm really adding some resistance here, keeping my shoulder even with my elbow. My core is engaged, and I feel this in that right shoulder. External rotation down and up. So I'm working as I lower the weight, as I lower my wrist, and I'm working as I bring the wrist up. Keep your arm in that 90-degree angle. And switch over to that left side. Arm is at that 90-degree. Rotate down and up. External rotation, down and up. Shoulder mobility. We're using strength. We're strengthening in the rotator cuff, in the tendons and ligaments in this rotator cuff. On that left arm. Moving on. I'm just switching from my flat band. Press it straight up. Inhale. Exhale up. My shoulders are really getting a good workout. They're warm from the shoulder joint mobility warm-up that we did earlier. Press it up. Now we're going for shoulder internal or internal rotation. The band is on the back of my arm and I'm rotating down. It's the same movement. I'm keeping my arm in that 90-degree. That elbow is out from my left shoulder. Inhale, exhale, down. Inhale, exhale, down. Internal, external rotation with the band. Top of my band, right arm, internal, external rotation, rotate it down, internal rotation, rotate it down. Now no, we're not lifting heavy weight, but we are concentrating on keeping the shoulder. We're really taking good care of our shoulder joint, our rotator cuff, the tendons and ligaments, and the shoulders. The shoulders do a lot of work. So we want to slow things down. I just go back to the basics. Military press it straight up. We're going to keep this workout simple. Inhale, exhale, up, press it up. Inhale, exhale, up, press it up. We're only going to be working for 15 minutes. This is Major Fitness Club Fit 15. We're keeping it simple. Internal, external rotation. The band is in front of the arm. Just going to keep it simple. Internal, external rotation using the band with the military press. Now, if you don't have bands, you can always just use your arms as resistance, or you could use a water bottle, a can of soup. You can use light dumbbells. You don't want to go heavy doing this, the internal, external rotation here. tension on the band, the more resistance, the heavier the load is to the shoulder. So this is real, I'm really feeling this more on the inside of the shoulder. Tightening that core to stabilize, just so I can concentrate on getting the work in that shoulder. Again, if you don't have a flat band, it's okay to concentrate, use that same band, and just do single arm military presses. Inhale, exhale up. The band I'm using, the small red band I'm using, is roughly about 10 to 15 pounds of resistance. Between the two, between the handles and the flat bands, I'm leaning more towards the flat band. You can do more with the flat band. This is external rotation. Rotating down. As you notice, the band is on the back of my arm as I'm rotating down. Always get these mixed up. Actually, when I'm doing this one here, this is internal rotation because it's the opposite of where the band is. So I'm really feeling this more on the inside of my shoulder when the band is on the outside of the arm. So step on that band, bring it up, hold that arm at that 90 degree. Now that the band, as you notice, the band is on the inside of the arm, and this is more external. I'm working the outside of the arm. The way I like to look at it is like wherever it is that you're feeling it, that's the area that needs the most work. So if internally, everything is always pulling forward. So you're probably going to be stronger on the front of your shoulders than you will on the rear of your shoulders. I'm switching gears here. The green band that I'm using, it's more resistance. So I wanted to get more, a heavier, I'm going for strength here. The muscles are nice and warm and they're loose, and so I can really push it here. And as I said with you earlier, if you don't have a flat band, I'm giving you another option here. You can use your band with the handle to do your military press. Press it straight up. The green band here is about 20 to 25 pounds of resistance. It's a tougher band. And depending on where you're standing on the band, so if I'm standing closer to the handle, so I have more, the band is lighter. The resistance is not as heavy. The further down the band that I step, the more tension you put on the band, the more tension to the band, the heavier the resistance is. And rotate. So I'm just alternating here. Internal, external rotation, and military press. Holding my core, keeping my core engaged, proud chest, rotate down. So today's workout, we were concentrating on shoulder joint mobility and strength. Keeping it simple, rotate down. Keep that shoulder even with the elbow. You can tell that when you're starting to get fatigue in a joint, your form starts to suffer. Try and keep that shoulder even with the elbow. Rotate it down. Stand on top of that band. And press it straight up. So this time, I opted to have the band on the back of the arm, pressing it straight up. To be honest with you, I didn't think that you could get a good workout with bands. Whenever I think of bands, I think of physical therapy, but you can actually get a good workout with bands. So give them a try. If you are feeling challenged with this workout, let me know in the comments. How do your shoulders feel after this workout? For the month of April, we've been using bands. And I've been alternating between bands, the flat bands, the bands with the handles, body weight. Inhale, exhale up, straight up. We're almost done. Giving you a different angle, rotate down. You want to maintain good alignment from the shoulder to the elbow, rotate down. Are you using weights? Are you using bands? How do your shoulders feel? Are you feeling fatigue in the shoulders? How do your shoulders feel? What did you think of today's warm-up, our shoulder joint mobility warm-up? Tell me in the comments, what did you think of our mobility warm-up today? We're doing 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. Keeping it simple. We're doing more reps, higher reps. Press it straight up. Moving on. And no, it is not in your imagination. I generally don't count the warm-up as a part of the workout. I count the warm-up as preparation for the workout. So this workout, if you combine it with the warm-up, it is 20 minutes long. I usually don't do the warm-up in the beginning of the workout, but I wanted to concentrate on shoulder mobility, shoulder joint mobility. It's important. It's easy to get carried away and just to concentrate on the strength, the conditioning, and the cardio, and going longer or lifting heavier. But it's important to concentrate on the flexibility and the mobility, open and close chains in the joints. Just keeping it simple, military press. My shoulders are starting to feel fatigue. But I'm going to push through, finish strong. Exhale as you press. Push it up. Finding the time to exercise is often a lot harder than your actual workout. I mean, between work, family and friends, personal hobbies, and other social commitments, I mean, many people struggle to fit fitness into their daily routine. That's why I love Fit 15. 15 minutes, I got 15 minutes through the day. We all have 15 minutes to get through a workout. Fit 15 is it's not for people that are trying to be. If you're trying to be a bodybuilder, then this is not the workout. This is just for general overall fitness. The gyms are still closed, but I hear they will be opening up soon. But for now, most of our workouts, we're doing them at home. We've been in quarantine. So Fit 15 is perfect. There are no excuses why you can't get 15 minutes to get through your workout. Press it straight up. Again, it's not in your imagination, and I'm not trying to trick you, but there was a 5-minute warm up in the beginning, and I'm still doing the 15 minutes of Fit 15. Again, I know if you want, you can count that first 5 minutes as the workout and just do 2 rounds of this workout. That'll give you your Fit 15, but this workout today is 20 minutes total because I wanted to take the time and give you guys a nice shoulder joint mobility warm up. Good. Keeping it simple. Internal, external rotation. With a military press. Wanted to place my hand on my shoulder to see where am I feeling it more in the front or the back. Do you hear any grinding, any clicking in your shoulders? And press it up. I'm starting to feel fatigue in the shoulders. As I had mentioned earlier, the green band is a heavier resistance. So this will be considered as a drop set. I'm dropping down to a lighter weight, but I'm not stopping. I'm going to finish strong. Finish with me. We're almost there. Awesome. Mission complete. Finish strong. I'll see you tomorrow.